Hey everybody, today we are doing a quick site audit on Kinnective Health and Performance. So we're going to throw the website into this tool here, and it's going to start listing out a few issues, potential issues that we might see on the website. While that is running, because it could take a minute, let's go through the general user experience for the website. Reload it here. First thing that you see that is a little quick, but there is a little bit of a content shift when the site first loads. See right there where it kind of just drops down. A little bit of that could be because this banner up top is actually switching on and it's not loading at the same time as the rest of the site. It's usually not a huge deal, but seeing general content shifts could affect overall authority with Google. When we go in to the site, let's see what kind of, this is a Squarespace site. So Squarespace typically is known for kind of shifting content in general, just like loading issues. A lot of people use it. It's, like I said, it might not be that big of a deal, but this particular platform is known for that. Look at a few of the console errors that we see up here. Nothing that's, nothing too crazy over the top. Some of this stuff could be local to my computer just because I don't have cookies turned on. Sometimes it doesn't work well for a lot of websites. A little bit of that is that pop-up might keep popping up, but we'll see as we go. As we go through, site doesn't look too bad. Slow loading images, we just saw that. If we download, can we download this image? Doesn't look like we can download the image. A lot of times that slow loading could be a little bit from, just image sizing being too big. Let's see if we can save this one. Okay, looks like we can open these images. So save that, and we will get info on that image. This will be a little telling of what we're dealing with. Okay, so just this image right here is 233 kilobytes. Best practices is to have all images under 100 kilobytes. This helps with loading speed. So if these are pretty big, chances are this image looks pretty high quality, is going to be a lot bigger than normal. Contact us, image loaded a little bit slowly. Is this okay, so this is an iframe within Google. The good recommendation would be to take this iframe out. A lot of times Google, even though it is their own product that you're implementing here, an iframe is basically a window into another website. This does cause certain security risks that Google doesn't like to take. So sometimes having windows like this could affect your ability to rank online. Second thing, typically what you would want to see, it really depends on your overall objective for the user. If your objective is to just have them walk into the address, then this would suffice. But if your objective is to have them fill out this information, or does a book appointment go here too? Oh, book appointment doesn't go here, so it goes someplace else. The overall objective is to have them fill this information out, then you probably want this information up higher because most people aren't going to scroll as far as you would like them to. Book appointment is on a different website, which is, not bad. Ideally, if you could have it on your own website, but that's not, it's not a deal breaker for most things. The menu, it looks like we're trying to do some sort of a mega menu here. That being said, these items are very close together. It looks like they all go to pretty much the exact same page. Instead of having these on multiple pages, looks like we're all on the same page here. And also these are just very condensed within the menu. I can't, on mobile, translating this to mobile might be a little bit of a nightmare, and you probably have a lot of users that are clicking things that they don't necessarily want to click. Looks like a shop that is implemented here. There's nothing here. Overall, this is probably creating, we even had the link there that we clicked, nothing's showing up. I would just take this page down, honestly. If there's nothing that you can show here, there's really no point to this page, and it's going to ultimately just create frustration among your users. All right, so our overall audit has run. A few high priority issues, nothing too crazy. It looks like the home page, cart no index, that's good. We don't want to index the cart. The overall homepage has page titles outside of the head section. That's something that you'll probably want to fix because this is how Google's reading your site. Overall, as we suspected, there's 33 images over 100 kilobytes, missing H1s. This is how Google's reading your site. This is how users are reading your site. This is something that is really important. H1s, titles, things like that. Looks like there's some duplicate page titles overall. Some page titles that are too short, some pages without H2s. This kind of goes along with the heading, with the header tags. So, Kinnective shop, not really sure, the H2 is there. If we look at overall services, like go to the service pages here, assuming this is probably the H1. Yep, H1 there. And as we scroll down, what is this? It is just a paragraph. So this is one of those situations where you would make, in descending order, H1, H2, H2, things like that. It just helps Google read the site a little bit better. There's also not a lot of internal linking within the site. We want to make sure that every page is connected as much as possible. There is some internal linking, but ideally we would have more for the content that is being seen on this page. And this page is under okay, service details. What is Pilates? All right, so that makes sense. I think the only thing here is that we're linking to a page that's just called what is. The URL doesn't match kind of the content. We want the URL to be as close to the content as possible. So this is one of those situations where instead of having everything link to the exact same page, if you're wanting to rank higher on Google and get more organic traffic, this is one of those situations where I would just kind of expand on this content and put these on separate pages. Now, if we take the website, we could throw it into another tool here. Looks like over the last year, we've seen a decent keyword drop over time. Looks like we're only ranking for 1 to 2 keywords at any given time in the top 3 positions, and a lot of that has to do with the brand name. So you definitely want to rank number 1 for your brand name, but there's definitely a lot of opportunity to rank for more keywords and higher based on the type of content that we can have. And yeah, it looks like there's been a steady decline over the last year or so. So overall, top things that I see, just a few user experience issues with the contact page, booking an appointment, the shop page, definitely the menu, and then overall some of those more technical SEO issues like the titles and header tags. Those are going to be super important for you to fix right off the bat to see some significant change. The last thing that I always recommend, especially for sites like these, maybe starting a blog, something that you can write content to increase your authority with potential clients while also increasing your authority with Google. So that's it for the audit.